Welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today I'm on the road going to pick up a piece of equipment for the shop that just kind of fell in my lap last week. I wasn't really expecting it, but I stopped to visit a good friend of mine, and he just brought it up and said, "Hey, would you like that?" And I said, "Well, of course I would." So we're on our way to get it now. Let's watch the show intro. We'll see you in about 5 seconds. I'm Mike.
This is My Cars Shop.
The timing of this couldn't have been better, and the timing of this couldn't have been worse. But after a little scrambling and figuring things out and talking with Becky and making some plans and so forth, financially we were able to kind of put it together and make it happen at a time that's probably the worst time ever. But that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. And why would we bite a bullet? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to make the trip over there. It's only about 10 or 12 miles, and we'll get this thing loaded up, and then I'll get back with you when we get it home, and we'll have the great reveal. Oh, I did want to say, too, no, this isn't to talk about it Tuesday, so relax. This isn't Tuesday. Some of y'all have probably figured out what it is, and that was a job of work to get it unloaded. Thank God we have my father-in-law's tractor here right now, so that made it way easier than it would have been trying to do it without it. So let's take you around there and show you what we got if you haven't figured it out yet. So what we have here is a Montgomery Ward's, or as my grandpa called it, Monkey Ward, Powercraft lathe. It's from I've been doing some research on it online. I actually found the manual for it. I just haven't ordered it yet because it took every penny I had to be able to pick this up. But it's from 1940s, 1950s. I've got all kinds of tools and gears and all that kind of stuff. I'll show you the tag for it. And this is exactly in line with the kind of stuff that I want for the shop here. Vintage tools that you can pick up for a few $100. To be full disclosure, I gave 500 for it. It was a real good friend had it. I wasn't quibbling about price at all. Um, he's helped me out so much over the years, and I was very happy to purchase this from him. So I don't feel it was a bad price, but I'm just saying I wasn't looking for a deal with this. I thought the price was decent and it was good enough, and I was happy to see him have the money, and he was thrilled for me to have the piece of equipment. But this also means I have some rearranging to do because I want it right there under that light where the pipe anvil is. The pipe anvil, I've already determined where I'm going to put. There's not as much stuff there as what you might think. I've wanted to deal with this spot for a while anyway, so this is a prime opportunity to do that. And we're going to just center it under the light there. And what's really taking up the space there is the doors for the Challenger, and I have a hole for those in the back room where they're going to go to get them out of the way. And I've got my dolly here to move stuff. So I'm not going to bother filming all that for you. So when I come back, maybe I'll have things to say, but it'll be somewhere in the process, or we'll be moving this over there, which I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it. I know he always used creepers to move it around. He would just floor jack it up, move it with creepers. I don't really have that ability because I don't have creepers. So I've got to think through if I have some dollies in my band gear or something that I can use to move that around with. But I got time to ponder that while I'm doing other things. Well, there we go. Got stuff moved around. The pipe anvil's there now. I'm going to put that, I think, my friend Michael from over at Faro Iron and Customs. Let's say that 4 times real fast. Faro Iron and Customs. Talked about he has his pipe anvil like over his sheet metal brake. Mine's not tall enough to go over it, but it can go behind it and just conserve a huge amount of floor space. So I'm going to take his suggestion. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. So this is ready to go there. This is where I keep my sheet metal and stuff like that. And I want to center this, under the light. I think what I'm going to do is see if I happen to have one of those extra four-wheel dolly tray things that I can stick under the heavy end of that. And then I can pick up the light end and just move it around like a wheelbarrow. So I'll find something, I hope. But I got to go dig over in the other storage building where I keep our sound system for the band and see what's there. Most of the gear has wheels on it, but I know I had a couple of those things that were just freestanding. I think they're under the subwoofers, which is going to be a problem, but we'll see. So I'll be right back. I couldn't get at the subwoofers. There's other gear in front of it, and it would be an all-day process to get back to it. So it's everything goes in there in a specific order, so it fits good. So, but I did remember that I have four of these, and so I think if I laid a piece of wood on top, or maybe through that, if I could find a board that's about a little bit wider than those legs, and then get my floor jack and pick it up and set it on there, I think that's going to be a good way to move this. And then the other end is light, so I can just pick that up and no problem. This end probably weighs a couple 100 pounds, so it's a job to pick that up. I could never pick it up by hand and do that. I mean, I can scoot it around by hand, but it's yeah, I'm feeling it. So I'm running out of blood sugar here. I'm gonna have to get something to eat soon, but I want to get this lathe in place, and then there's other stuff to show you. Not ideal, but it's moving, so that's what we're doing. Got it that far. I just need to catch my breath. I just need to scoot this end in, and then I can set it down in place and snuggle it around where I want it. It needs to go to the west a little bit more, but yeah, whew, I'm feeling it. I need to figure out some wheels or something to put on this permanently so that I can just move it around. That's going to be the best way to do it. Well, there we go. It's in place. That was a job of work. Whew. But it's done. It's here. I like the location of it. The Oakland is going to fit nice in here. The 47, whatever needs to be in here. It's good. So I've got more stuff in the truck that goes along with this. So I'm going to go get that, and we'll show you what more we have going on here. Oh, and just so you know, works like a champ. Except the belt's not on right. Forgot that there we go. And sometimes it just needs a little help. The starter's getting weak. But there we go. So the cool stuff, tools galore. All kinds of tools in here, cutters and bits and all kinds of different things. And so I got to sort through all of that and see what all's in there. But I've got enough cutters in there to last me a while. And then in here, we've got all kinds of other stuff. We've got the gears for changing speeds, for cutting threads. If you look underneath here, I've got a 4-jaw chuck. But if you look under here, I can remember how to open this thing. Yeah, right there we go. We've got all the different gears for cutting threads, and there's a ton of extra gears down there in that bucket. Probably never cut threads, but I can if I want to. And if I know my buddy Chris, who's probably watching this, he'll know what to do. Oh, look, there's all the stuff right there for threading. Ha! I'm gonna order the manual for it, but everything I need is actually right there. So that's cool. That looks like that needs a little super clean or something. So anyway, I need to go through that bucket. A lot of that stuff goes up there, and I'll probably do some other stuff, and then there'll be stuff. But I'm pretty tickled with that. I need to stop for a few and get some food. It's about 2 o'clock now, and my blood sugar is on empty. So still trying to learn a little bit about this thing. And while I was eating lunch, I just took a minute and researched it a little bit. It looks like it's a late 40s, early 50s. I can't find this exact model. This is a 15 TLC 2130. I did find a 15 TLC 2136, and that one was 1951. So looks like it may be a 10-inch. Not sure. Wouldn't take much to measure it, obviously, but I found a manual for a 2136A, which is really similar. So I'm probably going to go ahead and order that. I thought it was the 2130, but it wasn't. I'll keep digging, but there's all kinds of manual reproduction companies out there for this old stuff. So it's perfect vintage for the shop, is my point. We've got the bay lift hoist, which is from, the 40s, 50s. We have this from the 50s. We have the valve grinder, which is from the 70s. Um, and my whole point in sharing this with you is, I don't have a ton of money in any of this stuff. I don't remember what I paid. I'm sure I did an episode on that bay lift that I bought. You've seen me use it on the channel. $100 I paid for that. I think I paid $400 for the valve grinder and the valve seat grinding equipment. $500 for this. In today's day and age, yeah, that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. And if a guy is got his eyes open and looking for those deals, you can really equip your shop with some pretty cool stuff for not a huge amount of money. You know me, I like to make things um, rather than pop buy stuff. So this, and I've used this lathe many many times. Matter of fact, my son used this lathe for a video project that was doing just for fun back in high school to make some lightsaber handles, which he probably still has around somewhere. So just wanted to say, yeah, I'm very blessed to have a shop this size and have the projects that I do. But I have less in all the cars than some people have just in one car. And yeah, I do have a fair whack of tools and equipment. I used to be a professional mechanic, so my hand toolbox is pretty substantial. But even still, it's not like massive, deep 5 6 figures worth of tools and equipment. And I've been doing this for over 40 years, so obviously you gather stuff, and when you buy tools, you generally don't sell them. So you can build up a pretty nice shop for a pretty low budget if you really are careful and just keeping your eyes open for stuff. I'm going to clean out this bucket, get all that stuff kind of figured out where I'm going to put it, or at least get it out where I can see it all. I'll show you what all is there. So I'll get that done. I'll be right back. As I mentioned, there's all the gears for the different threads. There's a large chuck um, for centering, drilling kind of stuff. Extra cutter holders. Some of the stuff I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know people that will know. These are extra jaws, old jaws, I think, from that one, or maybe these are new ones. Boy, they look good. I don't know, one way or another. Oh, those are, yeah, they're a different radius. That's what they are. Um, and then the four jaw chuck, of course. So with everything that's in the drawer in that, I've got a lot of tooling. So I need to figure out, like probably put a dowel in here and hang this jaw, and need to do some organizing, but I'm not going to take time to do that today. Well, that's a good job done. I'm happy with this area. I need to get the 413 moved out of here and get it in the back room. I've got to move my 440 back there. We moved the doors back there. I sold the slant six out of scoops, and it just created a huge, nice big open area back there. But everything is just chaos back there because it was such a slam bam, hurry up, get it done to get that motor gone that day. So I need to spend some time back there organizing. I want to get some big, heavy steel shelves to just stack motors on. I've got so many motors around here, big blocks, small blocks, tons of 340s, stuff like that. And I just like to get stuff a little better organized back there so there's more room. That's where the 74 swinger usually goes as well. But this area here bugged me for a while anyway. I really didn't like the pipe anvil there. And I think this is just going to be a great work area. Even if the Oakland is in here, I can work on the lathe. It wasn't so easy to work on the pipe anvil if the Oakland was in here. But with where I'm going to put it over there, I think there'll be a nice little bending area basically where I can have the sheet metal brake and the pipe anvil in one spot. I'm going to try to keep this just machine stuff only for machining. So I got to figure out what I want to put on these lower shelves. And of course, we've got our grinding media there, which I do plan on leaving. Um, and a few other tools I was thinking about putting over here as well. I'm not sure what they are right now. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. I still need to go return the trailer because I had to borrow a trailer to bring this here. I was going to put it in the back of the pickup, but plans changed, is what I'm saying. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I will be using this, of course, as we go forward. It's really exciting. Love having vintage tools and equipment here in the shop. So thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. And one more thing, don't forget, it's important. Rock!